Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back or welcome to Filmmakers Lab podcast, where we educate you about the film industry and inspire you to follow your dreams. I am your host, Lena Colleen, and today I have a guest that is an award-winning filmmaker. Excuse me. She's an awesome actress. She's a director, producer, writer, you name it. She's all of that. Amanda Rosario Glass.
Hello, how you guys doing out there?
Thank you for coming and gracing my set.
Oh, come on, man. I've been waiting to get on this.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. That is so cool. Thank you for hanging out with us here at Ebon Vision Studios.
Yeah.
So the best thing about Filmmakers Lab podcast is I get to bring people that I work with on film to sit and chat about the shop and, you know, everything that we've done on set and all this good stuff and get into your backstory as well. So I love this platform for that reason. And in the process, we can educate people about the industry and hopefully inspire some people to, you know, follow their dreams.
Exactly.
So how you been, Amanda?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
How are you, Lena?
I'm great. This week was a really good week for me. First question, where are you from? I should know that, but I don't.
Well, I mean, I don't think anybody really knows where I'm from. But so I'm originally from South Carolina.
Okay.
That's the short version.
Okay.
The basic.
I got you.
But the longer version is so I lived in Somerton for the first 5 years of my life with my grandparents. And then I lived with my mother and my father between Columbia and Sumter for the remainder of like my 17 years living with them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you get here?
I came here for college. I actually went to DeVry.
Oh, so you went to college.
Yes. I went to DeVry. Actually met my husband there. I know people are like, ew, DeVry, whatever. I was just getting a degree from my mama because I really didn't feel like going to, you know, I was like, here, yours. And since they was like, yeah, you can finish up in 3 years, I was like, perfect. Because I wasn't feeling college at all. So I just wanted a program I could get through so I could do what I wanted to do.
Got you.
So, yeah.
And what did you want to do?
When I originally graduated, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I was in corporate America. I worked for a company called, they're no longer around, but it was called Install Products USA at the time, and they installed roofing. And then they got bought out by Home Depot, so we were in the Install Products division where they did roofing, sidings, windows. You know, if you had Home Depot do your windows, siding, or roof, I was probably one of the people that you talked to on the phone when you fussed and cussed about your roof. Or whatever it was.
That was Amanda you were talking to.
Yeah. Oh, and I also had to collect payments. So I was also that person like, hello, I'm calling to speak to you about your account. We need such and such payment.
That's where your sweet disposition comes from.
Oh, yeah. Customer service. I will hand it to Home Depot. At that time, they prided themselves on customer service. And they really taught us how to actually de-escalate a conversation.
Nice.
On the phone with the customer.
Yeah.
So it was basically you give the customer 60 to 90 seconds to get it all out. And then you reiterate what it is that they told you and how you can fix it, if you can fix it.
Got you.
So, yeah.
And I'm sure that helped you in filming.
Oh, it does. I use that training all the time.
That's dope. Yeah. You don't think about that.
However, when I call customer service, I'll be like, y'all customer service is whack as like y'all ain't had no time of training. Dang. Anyway, so that's that.
How did you get into the film industry?
Oh, wow. So, give you a short version first. I got into film based off of my husband's advice.
Oh, wow.
So I started off my career in entertainment as a whole, as a model. So first as a child model, because that's, you know, my mom, and putting me in pageants and stuff like that. So that started that. That kind of started young.
Yeah.
But then as I grew up, came here, I did a couple of photo shoots when I first got to Atlanta because, like, people would be like, hey, are you a model? Can I shoot you? And I was like, yeah, sure, okay. So so I did that. And then when I met my husband and we got married, I'm not gonna tell you my age on that one, but I married young.
Don't tell me though.
He was like, because I told him, he said, what do you want to do in modeling? I was like, I want to be on covers of magazines and stuff like that. I don't want to just, because I did a spread. It was like a 2-page spread for, I think it was called Men. Yeah, I think it was, oh God, I can't remember the name of the magazine.
Okay.
I'll probably post it later so y'all see it on TBT. But that's Throwback Fridays for y'all, people that are probably a little bit older than myself. Just saying.
For people like me.
Yeah. No, you're in my
tea back tea.
No, you're in my age bracket, so
I don't know. We're gonna find out. Oh no.
So I did a spread for a magazine.
Yeah.
It was a 2-page spread, but I wanted to be on the cover. And my husband was like, he went to the grocery store and he saw like the people that were actually on the cover of magazines. Even like at that time, Jennifer Lopez, who was shorter than I am, did Vogue. And he was like, all the people that I see on the cover of magazines are actresses. And I was like, And then I started to pay attention. I was like, oh, wait a second, he's right. He was like, so maybe you might want to do acting. I was like, oh God, no. He was like, what happened? So.
Are you serious?
Right. When I was a kid, I did theater for a short period of time.
I can see that. I was going to ask you if you did.
Yeah, I did theater as a short period of time. And I got I was great until like the evening. I messed up one word on the last word of my last line because I started scanning the audience for my mom and I couldn't see her. And I just froze and was like, and then they spit out my last word and then I just blurted it out and then left the stage. But after that, I was kind of shook of the stage. Yeah, I was a little traumatized. So I was like, I'm leaving the stage alone forever. And and then I didn't come back until after I got married.
I'm glad you came back. See, what's your husband's name?
Lee Vant. We just call him Lee.
Lee.
Yeah.
He knows what he's talking about. Good for Lee.
Yeah. So.
Because, and we're going to get into it, but your instincts as an actress is, they're so on point. And I'm gonna give you an example, and you're gonna be like, okay, she picked up on that. Yes, well, I'm a script supervisor too, but
yes, she's our scriptie, by the way, for the shirt that she's wearing.
And I am honoring the award-winning film by wearing the shirt today. Yes,
thank you, Lena.
You're welcome. But yeah, your instincts are really good, and I'm gonna give an example. But go ahead, finish what you were saying. So. You said you wanted to be on the cover, and he said you should be an actress. So
yeah. So
you actually took that advice.
Yeah, I took his advice because I've learned in my marriage for 17 years, it'll be 17 on August 27th, that listening to my husband is actually beneficial for my life. There are many times I haven't listened, and trust me, it did not work out well. And I was like, you know what? I need to listen to this man.
He's the practical one.
Yeah, I mean, he is a really good judge of characters, not just for myself, but people in general.
Okay.
And he's a Libra. So I don't know if that plays into anything, but
it might.
Yeah, he's been spot on. Oh my gosh, like they got some crazy insight. And I don't know about all Libras, but my Libra.
Clearly know some that are not on that level.
Only only one or two, because most Libras that are in my life, they have that crazy insight as well. So, and I'm surrounded by Libras.
That.
Yeah, I'm surrounded by Libras and Cancers, a few Tauruses, not many, but a couple of Saggies, but couple of Saggies. Sprinkled in a little Virgos,
I got you. So,
and not to forget the Capricorns, because they will come after me.
Capricorns are cool though.
Yeah, they are cool.
I love Capricorns.
Yeah, my mama and my brother and my son are all Capricorns.
Oh wow. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, so like I said, they will come after me. And the best Pisces of all time are my sister Daisy and my cusp sister Yentl. So yeah.
You just went through the whole
I mean, I got them all. Every last one of them in my life.
I hear you. So your husband suggested that you go into acting. You had no experience except for the theater.
Yeah, except for child theater.
Child
So
theater. So how did you get started? Like, what did you do? Like,
I started going to classes here in Atlanta.
oh, you
So,
did?
Yeah.
Great.
So I went to Premier Acting Network. Pam Fam, hey.
Shout out.
Yep, Dwayne Boyd. What's up?
Yeah.
So I went to a couple of his classes. I also went to Alliance Theater. They have a program there. And then Margie Haber, who would come here sometimes from LA. So I took like a couple of her workshops. So
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Okay. Do you still study?
All the time. But most of my studying now is like I'll, periodically go back to PanFam, but I haven't since the pandemic. Like I haven't taken any classes since we kind of locked down and all that stuff. And then now that everything's working, I'm starting to actually work. So it's kind of, like I'm like, okay, I'll get back to PanFam and do my improv.
Nice.
To keep those skills sharp and, and all that.
Oh, we're going to talk about nice but feisty.
Yeah, they're gonna make a comeback. We're gonna do like once a month because that the schedule I was previously doing was a little hectic and kids are back in school, so I can only commit to once a month.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. And we'll talk about nice but feisty. It's a political parody satire that she does on Instagram. I don't know if you do it on any
YouTube. They're on YouTube. But I think they're all archived on YouTube.
Okay.
So you can get them on
see them
my Patreon. Yeah.
I'll see them on your Patreon. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
So you started going to acting school and what was the first film you did?
So
Who opened the door for you?
Strangely enough, one of my very first films I can think of being in is Stomp the Yard as an extra.
Okay.
And I got that referral from a girl I worked with at one of the flooring groups or one of the flooring companies I worked with. She was studying film at the time and she was working at the flooring company, just as like her main gig, but
nice.
Her passion was in filmmaking. And so she was like, you ever think about doing film? And it was right at the same time my husband. So I was like, okay, so, meeting in the middle type deal. And I was like, sure. She was like, well,
got that download.
Yeah. She was like, well, I don't know if you know much about acting, but you can be like in the movie, you'll just be in the background or whatever. I was like, cool, I'm game.
Wow.
So Rob Hardy and Will Packer, y'all don't know, but y'all started, y'all helped me on this journey like really early on. So I was like, I liked when I did background at first because, it gives you a feel for the industry. You get to kind of observe. If you're paying attention, you get to observe everybody's job.
Yeah.
You get to see what everybody's doing.
Definitely.
And you kind of, figure out, what is set etiquette.
Yeah,
and things of that nature.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
So
and if you want to do it, because
and if you want to do it, because acting is a grueling business, whether people realize it or not, and you get rejected more often. You will hear 1,000 no's before you probably get a yes. And that doesn't happen for everybody because recent friend that I met on set, his name is Hassan Christian, and he does music. And this, like, he did his first acting gig like last week or whatever, and like just right out the gate. So I was like,
that's what's up.
I love hearing stories like that because mine's not like that.
Most people are not.
Yeah. But I was like, that's perfect, like because it just keeps the hope alive, if that makes sense.
For sure. Definitely.
But going back to what I was saying, they kind of, doing background, it helps you with set etiquette. Figuring out what if you want to do it or not, because again, acting is a grueling business and you're going to be rejected so many times, and you have to be able to pick yourself back up and go, okay, one more time, let's go, one more time, let's do it, try it again, let's do it again, well, let me figure out a new way, or so it's really about falling down and getting back up again.
Definitely.
Because if you give up in acting, it speeds past you.
Yeah, it
so
does.
You just got to be consistent and just thug it out, in all honesty. If that's what you want to do, you're going to have to stick in there for the long haul.
Make some sacrifices.
Yeah.
Do you think it's about the talent or who you know?
It's a combination of both because
I was gonna say that.
no, it really is a combination of both because if you know someone and they could put you on, but you're trash, they'll never like try to contact you ever again. And then you can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't network and you don't, try to make connections, then that talent is being wasted. So it is a combination of both. It's a 50-50. And you have to have the talent, but you also have to understand that you need to make connections as well.
Yeah, that's so important. So important. And excuse me, going back to what I said earlier, because I've had the opportunity to watch you work on all levels, directing. She directed this film and acted in this film, Unordinary Love, and your instincts are incredible. And I just knew you were going to tell me, oh yeah, I dreamt about being an actress. I did not expect this story from you. I honestly did not. I'm really surprised because your instincts are so good. Excuse me. Man, I got a frog in my throat. Yeah, I've been drinking it. Clearly it's not working. But anyway, so there's a scene in Unordinary Love where your mom lets you go off with your cousins, right? And you guys are in the car and you're driving off, right? So as a writer, what I saw was the car pulling off and you guys just leaving and we see the back of the car. But you looked out the window and you waved. And I'm like, that is so pivotal because you get back home and she's putting you out. Did you think about that before you did that?
No.
Or was that just instinct?
No, when I'm in the acting.
Because I don't think that was in the script.
No, it wasn't in the script.
Right.
Yeah. Originally, when we wrote it, it was supposed to be from the window, she turns around and smiles, basically, and gives a little wave. But doing it outside the window was, one that was, directing to make sure we got a better shot, right?
Yes.
And it just helped with the scene. But while in the moment, as an actress, that's another part of the brain. I'm just like so happy that she's letting me go somewhere, that she finally trusts me to do something different. Yeah. And so you just, you're in it. Yeah. And that's, I think, one part about acting is that you have to be in that moment.
Yeah, you do.
And a lot of the things that happen in acting are very spontaneous. And we're just trying to, as a director, we're trying to capture that moment, that spark. And so when you don't let actors play, you get stiff and kind of canned performances. But when you let actors just kind of just be in that moment, they give you so much. And for me, and when I direct an actor, I say, like even with Tina, she's, her and Deontay had a kissing scene. She came to me and was like, so how do you want me to kiss him? I said, that's your scene partner. Y'all go work that out in the back room. And I'll film whatever you give me. If I have a note, I'll let you know.
And it was good
but go
too.
play.
Yeah.
And then she was like, really? And I was like, yeah, definitely. Go do it.
She jumped on him. She went all the way with that.
But I was just like, if I tell you what to do, you're not going to do what naturally comes to you. But I hired you to do what naturally comes to you.
No doubt.
So.
And that's why the film was so good.
Yeah.
Like, really. How hard was it? Because I was there, but I was doing my little thing too. How hard was it for you to direct and act?
Well, one, I trusted my co-director with the scenes because we divvied up the scenes. Like, you do this one, I do this one, you do this one, I do this one.
Curtis Palmer Brown?
Yes. Karma, what's up, shawty?
I'm not shouting him out.
Which reminds me, got to get back in that writing studio, bro. All right, anyway.
Oh, my God. I wish you would have did that because now you're going to be like, oh, she called me out.
Yes, I'm calling you out, Karma. But so one, I trusted him, and two, when I'm in the scene and I'm acting, I just do what is the character itself, which is why I kind of like playback sometimes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not to necessarily critique my performance, but to make sure we have the shot. Because you just want to make sure that you have enough in your shot to make it work for the storyline.
Definitely.
But as far as acting and directing, I think every actor should try to direct at least once. Do a short, do like a little skit or something.
Why
so
you
that
answering my question before I ask?
Sorry, my bad.
No, go ahead. Keep going. No, keep going. But see, but you know what though? That's that instinct. But keep going. No. Finish.
Because so when you're in front of the camera all the time, you're not sure what they're getting, so you're looking for validation.
This is true.
But when you're on the other side of the camera, you realize it's not about you. It's about the story.
Definitely.
It's about the relationships that your character has to the other characters in the story.
Right.
So as an actor, you stop worrying so much about what you're doing and making sure that you're either reacting to what's being told to you or you're giving something for your scene partner.
Sure.
And it just, it takes you out of, oh, did I do it right? Did I do it? As actors, we have to get out of the, did I do it right? Because that's going to mess up your performances. The best actors, even shout out to Raven Drummer. She's a casting director here in Atlanta. But she says the best auditions that she ever gets are actors that don't give a flying flip about the instructions, what you're supposed to do on the script. And she's like, those are the best ones. And those are the type of people she's like, hey, y'all got to hire this person. Because they get the story and they're just giving you life.
No doubt.
Because as an actor, you're giving of your life force to this thing we call film and television.
Really?
And so if you're feeling kind of dead inside, it's going to come out on camera. It's going to come out in the way your eyes don't sparkle, or and sometimes that's when you get the redirect, like, let me get this instead. Because usually, and it depends on the director too. Usually, if you gave the performance that they wanted, they're not going to give you notes. They're going to move on to the next scene.
Right.
If they don't get what it is that they want in that moment, they may do another take or two or give you and it's not to say that what you did was bad. It's just whatever that they wanted for that particular scene wasn't quite there yet. So,
But you use the playback.
just to make sure we got the shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in directing your own self, how does that work? Like, I mean,
I know-
is it even a thought, or you just doing what you do?
So, one, if I have to direct myself, I know what it is that I want to end with. What's going to get the end
Okay.
result for me.
I got you.
So whether it's tears, whether it's a certain emotion, what I need that particular emotion for that particular scene. Then, as the actor, you work within the frame of the scene. What is your scene partner giving you? What are they not giving you?
Right.
Does that make you angry? Because
Right,
sometimes that
right,
helps
right. Yeah.
if you have to invoke an emotion.
Definitely.
And so that's more so on the acting side. But as the director, I'm looking for the emotion. I'm looking for the connection. I'm looking to see, has that moved the story along?
No doubt.
Because it's definitely about the whole story, not
Definitely.
just the little pieces. The pieces help, but you need the whole thing as well.
For sure. How do you prepare for your roles?
One, there's several ways. So, of course, I read over the script. I'll read the entire thing first before I go in on my lines, because I want to know what the entire story is about.
Definitely.
Then secondly, I'll go in on my lines, read, record myself reading them so I can hear it.
Oh, you
write
do?
them, yeah, write them down.
Okay. Look at
Write
that.
them down and then I'll practice them while I'm doing like stuff around the house or whatever the case may be. Some other times, depending on what I've read and I have a good grasp of the story, what I'll do is I'll sit on it. So I won't go into that process of writing and listening right away. I'll sit on it and figure out, do I go with the first emotion? Is there something under it?
Gotcha.
What is it that this character, what are they afraid of? What do they not want other people to see? Because there are three faces that you're going to show on camera, and the fourth face nobody ever sees. So that you keep with you at all times.
Gotcha.
But Is there somebody watching you? Are you by yourself? Do you feel that somebody's watching you?
Nice.
And we all act, or in our real lives, we all predicate on that.
Yeah, we do.
We all, because we all feel like God's watching us.
Yeah.
And sometimes when
lot
we're
of
in our
us do, not
full
all of us.
emotion, yeah, not all of us. I mean,
No, I
no,
get
no shade to anybody that doesn't believe in
course.
God. Okay.
Yeah.
But we all feel like we have a higher power that's looking at us. And sometimes when we get out of control, that's when we don't care whoever is watching us. So are we in that mode? Are we trying to maintain our control? Are we, fearful that somebody will probably see who we really are, the scared person that we really are, or the insecure person that we are, or, what if they think, all of those things. Oops, sorry.
No, you good.
All of those things play a part in developing that character.
Yeah.
So I work on character first because that's what invokes those words to come out. Because you can memorize the words all day long, but if there's no emotion behind it,
True. Right.
you're just saying words.
But you're helping me as a writer. Just listening to the things that you're saying is helping me as a writer. You know what I'm saying? To keep those things in mind when I am writing. I don't usually write for a specific person, but just keeping that human element in there is, you just taught me something, girl.
Yeah. When I'm writing, it really does feel like characters are saying it.
Man, doesn't it?
So it's like, so what I'll do is if the characters are not talking to me that day, then I'm not writing that. And yes, I've forced writing. So where I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to write the scene and then go back. And I've done that plenty of times.
Yeah.
But it always helps when you have the characters
Talking
like
to
right
you.
there with you.
Yeah,
And they're
man.
like, ooh, I would say this, or ooh. And then I get feedback. Because like I'm not a guy, so I don't know what guys say. So I will go to my husband or call Curtis, like, what do dudes say? Like when they're like excited and want to do this and that and third. And then my husband's like, we don't talk that much. Like make that like a 4-word sentence. And I'm like, y'all really like, dang, like
Now your scene is this big.
you're right.
1/8 of a page.
Right. But then you can play around with it with other things.
Yeah,
like how you and that's also the thing that helps me with directing is because I can visually see what I want in the scene. Like if there's a cup that's going to be pivotal next time, I want to make sure when we pan the room, we go to the cup and then to the character.
Yeah.
So you know that character is going to get that cup. It's something important, whatever the case may be. So that all helps in my writing too. So
That's cool that
yeah.
you segued into that, because now I want to talk to you about writing. What software do you use?
Final Draft.
You do. Yeah, see, that's the Hollywood standard.
Yes.
But I use it because it's the most reliable.
Yeah, I like Final Draft because the formatting is already there and I don't have to go in.
You don't
and
have to
format.
think. You can just type.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was.
And they've added so many more features. Like if you don't have the updated one, get the updated one. I think we're at what, 13, 12, 13, somewhere
12,
in there.
I think. Oh, 13?
I think so.
I'm behind.
I think they just updated it again.
I'm on 12.
I'll check. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think I have 12 too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't turn my phone off. It better not ring. So you talked about knowing your characters as an actress, but we need to know our characters as writers as well.
Yes.
Do you outline first?
Since working with Curtis, yes. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh,
I
that's
outline now. Because the way I started writing was doing like short stories, and then there was a book. It's a fiction book. I'm going to finish it up this year and hopefully launch it for my
Nice.
birthday next year.
Okay.
But that's how I started off writing.
You got to come back. Yeah, no, you got to come back. We gotta
Okay.
talk about the book.
Yeah.
Even though it's this film, still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need you to come back. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I started off writing like that, like long forms, because you have to have so
Yes.
much description
Yeah.
and where the scene is. And that's where my brain does, even when I'm writing scripts. So I see the full scene. I see all the little nuances. And then I just know when I format for television and film, not to put all the detail.
Nah.
Some detail, but not all.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Say what you have to in as least words as
Right. But you still have to have that full picture
You
in
really
your
do.
mind.
Yeah, for sure.
Although Quentin Tarantino, he cares nothing about the standards of
At all.
He will give you a novel and then be like, okay, here are the lines.
You know what? I need to read one of his scripts just to see how descriptive it is.
Yeah.
Because I know it's off the page.
You might as well write a novel. Like, no joke.
I mean, when
You might as well.
you writing it, producing it, and directing it.
Yeah,
And I guess
but
you
see,
can do
that's
whatever
what he
you
could
want.
do. You could do
Yeah.
whatever you want if you are funding it yourself, basically.
And I think it helps. I mean, of course, it's going to help your characters.
Oh yeah,
But
it helps actors the more details that they have, because it's less they have to like think of their self,
doubt.
like think on their own,
Right.
like because you have so many questions as an actor, not about just your character, but the characters of like
Right.
your other characters, your scene mates,
Yeah,
or even like where we're going to film. This. You know, all of that plays a part.
of course.
Especially, you know, if you're involved in wardrobe at any point as an actor. I know Cicely Tyson was famous for this, but she would like to, you know, get the wardrobe for every character that she did. Because she was so invested in that character, like, oh, no, she would not wear that. Like, let me go shopping for this character.
Wow.
She was famous for that because she embodied that person. So when she put on those clothes or put on whatever it was, she was that character, and you
wanted it to be
knew
right.
it. You knew it.
That's what's up, man. Didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You're dropping some gems, girl. So you outline now, and you do character bios as well, don't you?
Yes, we have to do character bios. It helps
So
out
important.
casting, of course. And it helps, you know, for me to kind of maintain, like, when I'm writing for that character, would that person actually say that, or would they do that?
Yeah.
So if it's not in their character bio, then I know that person wouldn't even do that. Like, and then also if I'm directing it, then I can also say, actually, that character would not do that. I know you have your vision, but this particular character wouldn't actually do that.
Yeah.
So
Like the woman who played your mom, she's another one that's an awesome.
oh yeah,
actress.
Miss Autumn. Oh my gosh, Autumn
When
Monroe.
she-
Hello, honey. Oh, she won Best Actress, by the way. So
She did.
yes,
When she screamed,
yes,
no.
shivers.
Yes.
Every time that part comes on, I'm like,
And here I go.
goosebumps.
So Curtis, was that in the script?
Technically, yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
But she took it to the next level.
Yeah, she brought that all the way through. I
really
was like,
did.
I pictured it, but I didn't know it was going to be like that, and
that.
it was better
Yeah.
than what
man,
I
She threw that
yes.
bottle on the floor, and I was like, uh-oh.
right,
It's coming. But I didn't know it was going to come like that.
right.
But that's why character bios is so important, because I'm sure with her, it was, you know, she drinks heavy. So
Yep.
how do you know how that person's going to respond if you don't know that they drink heavy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
character bios, y'all, for real.
Yeah.
It will help you with writer's block and everything. Excuse me. Do you have a writing routine? I know you have a
typically,
family, so-
yeah. So typically, I write when I can, because I do have other responsibilities.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things I tell my children, and I'll tell anybody, do the most important things in your life first. So for me, I wanted a family. That was my ultimate goal. Like, I wanted my own family. So I worked on that first. Then I started working on other things after, you know, that's why I'm, you know, doing film and television and all that stuff now. Whereas people will be like, oh, why didn't you do this when you were younger? Well, you know, I wanted my family. So I did family first.
Right.
And now, you know, because honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you people, I am grateful and I pray for more work like now, but I want to be like Betty White. Like, anytime you think of a grandma, call me. That's how far I'm looking in ahead, is so that, you know, when my kids are grown and they are gone and they have left me and they have their own families, I have something to do. So keep that in mind for like 40 years in the future. I'm just saying, like, call me anytime you need a grandma, a mama role,
I'm
a
so
young mama
happy.
role. I'm just saying. Let's put that out in the ether now. Okay.
So those are your acting goals. What are your writing goals?
So my particular writing goal right now is to finish the book. Get it launched for March 31st of next year, because that is my birthday, March 31st.
This is going to be here before you?
Yes. So.
Oh, that's your birthday? Okay, now I got to remember that.
Hint, hint.
Right.
So that is my immediate goal right now, along with finishing up this next feature that me and Curtis are writing.
Yeah.
It's called, I'm gonna drop it. It's called Love from Beyond.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a world twisting type of deal, and I'm pretty sure you guys have no idea what that's going to be until after you like get the snippets or see the trailer or whatever, because
if it's anything like you're not gonna know.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're in the middle of that right now. Okay. So that's my other immediate writing goal. And then of course just keep myself busy with writing short stories, because I'll write little skits and stuff, like one paragraph that I'm going to probably shoot a year from now or maybe next week or whatever. So just keeping those ideas on paper really helps.
For sure, definitely. So I want to switch gears here, because you do so many different things, and it's so crazy. When we did His, Hers, and the Truth, I saw your name, and I said, well, where was she at? I didn't see her. And I think you were Errol's assistant.
Yeah, I was assistant Errol.
Okay. Like, this girl does everything. What is going on? I said, that says Amanda Rosario. I know that person.
Yeah, so I tend to like to help other filmmakers, and at that time I was learning more about filmmaking as a whole.
Yeah.
So I was actually interning for Errol because I wanted to learn more about filmmaking in general.
Nice.
And that was before we did Unordinary Love and all of that.
Shout out to Errol Sadler.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, man, he opens up the doors for a lot. He's opened the doors up for a lot of people. That's dope though. I wanted to ask you about producing though, and just a couple of quick questions. What do you feel is the best and worst part of producing?
Oh, finding funds is the worst part.
Of course.
But putting together a team that works well together and that knows the goal and helps to finish the project, that's the best thing. Yeah. Your team is the best. It can make or break you. And when you bring on the right people that know how to do their job, that are secure in what they do, they're not particularly, I don't want to say not looking for validation, but they're just sure, like, this is my job, I got it. I love working with people like that.
No ego.
Because I don't have to like check behind people, and I don't have to like ask, did you do it? I don't have to do in that. When you bring on the right people, they already know, and then here you go, I'm done. I love that. I so much love that. So yeah, the best part is having the right team. The worst part, there's two parts to that: when you have to find funding and when you have the wrong team. So yeah.
Yeah. How hard was it for you to put together the team for Unordinary Love? Because we flowed.
Yeah, I think I got extremely lucky because Karen Cantley, she's also does scripty as well here in Atlanta.
Okay.
She referred me to.
I met her.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. At the rap party.
Oh my God. Yeah. I did.
She's the one that referred Miss Gwen to me. And Miss Gwen is awesome.
Man,
I like, she's so close to me that if you mess with Miss Gwen and you do something bad, I don't think I won't want to work with you, honey. Like, I'm just saying, like, that woman is awesome.
She knows her stuff.
Thank you. So she knows her stuff. She was able to like handle like pretty much everything.
She did.
I knew Kevin, DP. He DP'd for us on this project.
Yeah.
So he brought his whole crew with him, because they typically do Christian rock music videos and they also do commercials.
They were awesome too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I worked with him on a commercial. So I had told him while I was on the commercial, like, hey, we're going to do a project, one day. And this was years back. And then when I called him, I was like, okay, you ready? He was like, oh, you serious? I was like, yeah. Like, Yeah, come on. It's time to do it. So that's the part I'm telling you about networking. Like people, especially in this industry, tend to work with people that they already know and that they like.
Yeah.
And maybe not necessarily like, but respect.
Definitely.
So it's more so of respectability than like likability when it comes to behind the scenes. When you're on the camera and all that stuff, yes, of course you have to have some level of likability. But when it comes to your crew, you have to respect the people that you work with. You have to know that they're going to show up on time and do their job because you're paying for it.
Yeah.
And I think that's another part, which is why I'm telling actors, do your best to try to do at least one other job other than acting so you can see what it looks like behind the scenes.
That's
because
good advice.
Right. Because as an actor, sometimes you can get totally in your ego and you think it's all about you, and it's not. That's why as an actor, you're picked last. As a director, you're picked first.
You're right.
It's producers, then directors.
I thought about it like that. But you're absolutely
Yeah.
right.
After all the team has been assembled, then they bring in the
They
actors.
really do.
Mm-hmm. And you need to know that, if it's not working out, it's just not working out. And that could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you take it. But as an actor, you need to understand that it's not all about you all the time. I know that's what makes you good at acting because you're so into your emotions. But sometimes you have to be able to compartmentalize and be like, it's not about me right now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And they should try what positions?
I would say, PA for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, PA for a day where you have to do the grunt work, where you have to, probably go get somebody coffee.
Yeah.
Because it'll so help you how to. Acting is a service, and if you don't have what I would call a servant heart, I don't think it's going to help you very much, because all of the great actors knew that they were giving of themselves. They were being of service to others. That's why, old school actors, now I don't know about on the other color spectrums where, if they have divas in that or not, and you have to be a certain level of diva, okay? But even divas are nice to people. Like, not all the divas are throwing cell phones at people. Not all divas are, you know what I'm saying? Like,
She said that.
Yes, I did. I love you, girl. I do. You beautiful all up in her. Huh? Patti LaBelle is a diva, but she's nice.
Oh,
have you seen her behind the scenes stuff?
I have.
People are like, I so want to go back and work.
Have you seen her on Drink Champs? She's on Drink Champs.
Really?
Really?
I need to go watch that.
You really do. No, I hear what you're saying, and she's a diva all day, but she's a sweetheart.
She is so sweet here.
Yeah, man.
And you can clearly feel that when, people that have been around Patti LaBelle will say that they love being in her presence. Mm-hmm. That's what you want. But that's because she has a servant's heart.
No doubt.
She grew up in the church. She knew what service is about.
Yeah.
So there's very little ego there, except for when she has to perform. And that's when your ego comes out.
And
that's right, because you're good at what you do.
Yeah.
Like, there's a certain level of egotisticalism that you need for performing, because you have to be oh so particular to make sure your performance is perfect. And that comes with knowing your stuff.
No doubt.
So that's one part. The other part is, once you're done performing, you need to be able to put that away, tuck it back here, and be a person. Because as much as you want to be a diva, if people don't like to be around you, eventually you're going to stop getting calls. And that's for anybody. I don't care. Like, people have to want to be around you.
For sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so I'm getting your business a little bit.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
Just a little bit. I mean, not specific questions, but because I know that you do so much, how do you balance family and film?
For me, family comes first. So with that in mind, if something conflicts and it's my family versus film, I'm going to pick my family.
Gotcha.
That's worked out well. So, it's worked out for me. Because typically what will end up happening is the opportunities that are definitely for me, they're just there.
Right.
For the ones that aren't, when it comes to the scrutiny between family or that project, somehow, some way, the conflict shows me that I wasn't actually supposed to be a part of that project. So it's never failed where if it's been a conflict, and of course, like I said, I do pick family first because they will be there. They are my legacy. Like I love the film and the television that I do. I love all the things that I produce. But at the end of the day, if technology goes away, if if everything goes dark, my genome is still here. Like that's how we know like our great-great-grandparents existed, is because we're here. Their works are not here anymore. Maybe, you've seen the pyramids. You've seen how dilapidated they are for the most part. They're still here, but the people that built it, it's their genome that's still here and that could rebuild if necessary. So that's why I choose my family first. They are my legacy. Okay. But going back to the point that I was making, if there's ever been a conflict between myself and my family and my obligations for film and television, for some odd reason, if there's ever been like a hard conflict where I just can't do it because it is a family thing, for some odd reason that production doesn't do very well. I don't know what that is. I'm just saying. It's just been like, whatever happened to that? Oh, okay, never mind.
You weren't on it.
Obviously, I was not supposed to be a part of that.
Right.
Because either I'll hear things afterwards where, things went horribly wrong, or, it went well, but it just didn't turn out the way they wanted. Whatever the case may be, it's just, it's always worked out to my betterment. So I'm kind of going to keep that.
So it's just that alignment.
Yeah. And the thing is, my family is not unaccustomed to me having to leave or unaccustomed to me having to, be away from them.
Gotcha.
They understand that mommy does work and mommy has to work. So I'm just grateful that I have family members that come in when I need them. Of course, my husband is there. I'm so grateful for him. And my kids are very understanding for the most part. So even though there have been some challenges, it's not been, so hard for everybody involved.
Gotcha.
So it is a balancing act. It's not easy,
It is.
but everyone's kind of on the same accord.
That's
like, yeah,
that's good. That's a blessing.
yeah,
That's a blessing because being an actress and just in film in general is a lifestyle.
Yeah, it is.
I was talking, my last guest, Angelo Diaz, he mentioned it, and he's so right. It's your spiritual, the spiritual aspects of it, the physical aspects of it, the, mental, all of that is really a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And it's, it's something that's consistent, ongoing if you're serious about it. And so I don't know how old you are, but I know that we had a little discussion. Okay. You are in the best shape that I've ever seen any actress in, and you maintain that. How? What is the secret? Give us some hacks. We need some tips, some tricks, something, okay? Because when I started doing this podcast, I was a lot thinner and I put on weight, and it's like, where did this come from? And I don't know, maybe it's just the doing it every other week and just being in my head, you know what I'm saying, and snacking and whatever. I don't know. I'm not making excuses, but how do you maintain this?
Okay,
and this?
I'm gonna tell you one thing. So one, thank you, mommy and daddy.
I knew that was coming.
2, typically, unless I'm on set, I tend not to eat after about 9:30. Like I just stop all food intake.
Got you.
After 9:30. Now, unless I've like been on set or working, that kind of goes to the wayside a little bit. But so when I'm in my daily routine, not at work, it's all organic food. Yeah, yes, people, I do eat meat. but I don't eat a lot of
I was
it.
gonna say that. I
Yeah.
was gonna ask you.
Yeah, I do eat meat, but I don't eat I guess what people would consider a lot. So like we'll have, breakfast and lunch. Typically, if there's a lunch, I probably won't do meat, or if I do, it's like a small portion of meat. And then like dinner would be like my meat meal.
Got you.
But for me, I think it's really just the control after like 9:30, like not having like food. Like if I'm like super hungry and I'm craving something, like I'll eat fruit, or I'll eat like I try not to do nuts at night, but I'll eat like something like fruit or something before going to bed. But it's not a meal after like 9, like I said, unless I've been on set or I'm at work.
Do you snack? You don't snack, do you?
I don't really snack, even I will put it like this: when I'm on set, that is the only time you'll really see me snacking. Like throughout the day, I really don't sneak like that.
On set, though.
Yeah, because I was working. Like I don't have time. I don't have time. I'm too busy running around. That's another thing too. Like
Directing and acting.
right,
Man,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was in awe. Like, I get to see it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But my kids keep me pretty busy too. So
Yeah.
there's that, which helps.
But they understand the lifestyle, like you said. So, so what I'm hearing is it's a combination. Like everybody is on board with,
Well, my children snack though, so they do all the snacking for me.
well, they're kids. So,
Yeah, true.
but I mean, if it was me, I would probably have a hard time not snacking with them.
I get, yeah, but usually, so I don't know. Like
just not your
anytime,
thing.
yeah, like if they're sitting down having their snack or their lunch or whatever, I'm off doing laundry or having to clean up.
I got you.
So it's like I don't really have time to snack because I have to clean.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like I don't, when I do snack, it's most of the time it's on set.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you gave us some good tips. I mean, you do organic. You don't eat after 9:30.
Yeah.
And you don't eat a lot of meat. And I know people ask you that. I was going to ask you if you ate meat.
Yeah, I
but,
do.
yeah, but I,
Oh,
mean,
I
the
tried
portions matter.
vegan and I tried vegetarian. Oh my God, I'm sorry, because I know Gray's gonna kill me after this, but bruh, I can't do it, bruh.
I tried it too, and no, it's not in me.
My bad, bruh. Oh, please check out Gray Music. All right, and plant-based stripping, because they're awesome.
I love Gray. He's dope.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's
So
awesome.
so you order stuff from him? Doesn't he have like a?
Yeah, he has, of course he does the music. He also has his clothing line. His wife does fat ass pancakes. So y'all got to go order her.
right.
Yep, Chef Nick. Yeah. So definitely go support the fam.
Yeah.
Because they're awesome.
They are very much, very much. He actually keeps me on point when it comes to the plant-based stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like I said, we incorporate some of that.
Yeah.
I still just eat meat.
I mean, it's
Like I add it in, but
right.
Sorry, I'll blame that on genetics too. Huh? My DNA requires a little bit of meat.
Do you think that acting is your life's purpose? Like it's your destiny?
I think being of service to other people around me is my main, service. The way I express that is through acting, modeling, directing, producing, writing. But anybody I've ever worked with, I'm like, hey, call me if you need help, because I'm just a helper. So that to me is my life's purpose.
Are. And
but
doing
I
this,
express it in different ways.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you.
No, you're fine.
And doing this independent thing, a lot of us do need help.
Yeah, exactly. I'm there. Which is why I'm like, hey, you need some help. Go ahead. Because I promise you, I will call you if I need some help too.
So you said we got 5 minutes, but I need 10 minutes. You're going to cut us off.
We can have a after show, right? We can have
He's
the
like-
overtime,
He's
right?
like, nope.
Right back there in the kitchen.
Whatever. Anyway, Ordinary Love has won so many awards.
Yeah.
This is not a question. I'm just putting it out there. Ordinary Love is an awesome love story that is exactly what it is, unordinary. And when are people going to be able to watch it?
So it is still in some because we actually got accepted to another film festival this past weekend.
Yes.
So as soon as we're done with the film festival circuit, which I think should end this December or like January, then we're gonna look for avenues to actually get it distributed. And so we'll keep abreast, because we do have unordinarylove.movie.com, so you can subscribe there, and when we got news, we'll send it out.
Oh, you do? That's dope. Okay, I gotta get on that. Gotta get on it.
And then follow I think it's Unordinary Love Movie on IG, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
So yeah,
it
we try
is.
to keep it consistent.
What was the best part of making that?
Finishing.
Right.
Finishing
I
was
was
the
gonna
best
say,
part
that was
of
the
making
best.
Unordinary Love, because we had all this great footage and putting it together, and then we had the music. Like,
Yeah.
just that was the best part. Like when you finally finish and take your cake out of the oven, which is your film, and then like when people watching it, that's like you eating it. It was wonderful. Seeing people's reactions and how they liked the movie and loved the movie.
I cried when I first saw it. I did, because I knew that it was good. I knew that we did great work. But when I saw it, I stood there like, and the tears just came. Curtis was looking at me like, really? And I'm like, you cried when you first saw it. You just tell me.
Well, he saw so many versions before we got to that final one.
He
so,
did,
yeah.
right. And I saw
Yeah.
the final one. So, but it was just so good. I mean,
Yeah.
y'all got to see it. When you get a chance, you got to see it.
Yeah, definitely go to unordinarylovemovie.com, sign up for the newsletter there, and then as news comes out, we'll definitely make sure everyone that is signed up on that newsletter will get to know any releases or any of that type of news and information.
Yeah, we had a dope rap party too.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, man. Your girl Gwen.
I love you, Miss Jackson.
Love you, Gwen. What else did I want to ask you? Oh, Nice but Feisty.
Oh, yeah.
When are they coming back?
So Nice but
I'm gonna say
Feisty.
they.
Yeah, Nice but Feisty will probably be back. I want to say possibly the week of Thanksgiving. So or the week before. So it'll be like back into that season, and then we'll continue month to month on that. Because that's really what I can commit to. So, because school is back in, and yeah,
You have to commit to something, because I was looking forward to.
yeah, and I'm gonna be transparent here, real quick, like 2 minutes. So Tasha and Mandy said something that made IG very upset and mad, so they like literally deleted the whole page. And so we are dipping our toes back in to doing the show again. But yeah,
They did that.
yeah, they did. They just took all the videos. Thank goodness I have backups. So anyway, which is why you can go to Patreon and watch all the previous episodes, get caught up. Because when we come back, we would definitely have a new trailer. We won't have we won't have the separate trailers all the time. We're gonna kind of do that, mashup thing.
Music?
Yes, the music will
Love
stay.
it.
I mean, the intro music will still be the same.
I love it.
But yeah. So yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
nice.
they're a little controversial, I guess.
They're a lot controversial.
But in a jesting way, because here's my thing. I'm apolitical. For real. I'm not even joking. Like, if you were to class me in any kind of voter, I'm an independent voter. I vote my interests to the best of my ability, but I really don't think that either party has my interest at heart. So, I operate off of that.
Amen.
So there you go.
I ditto that. What you got going on right now?
So
That's your book.
yes, we got the book. We got Love from Beyond. I'm putting it out there so that we can get it done. You know who I'm talking to. So
You said his name one time too many already.
yes. We also filming a 2-part series. It's called Toxic Energy.
Okay.
So you guys follow the director. His name is Wilson Anio. Let me spell that for you. So Wilson, and then his last name is Aina. So you can look him up. You'll see some of the stuff he's put out for that. We also got Help Wanted.
On your IG?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I got it on my IG
Okay.
too.
Help Wanted.
Help Wanted, the action movie. We're actually filming at my house, or we actually filmed yesterday on my house because I'm also a producer on that. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm also a producer on that. So we used the space in my home to get that done because you know how we do.
I
we
know
use
how
everything.
we do. Are you in it?
Yeah, I'm also in it.
Cool.
So yeah, yes,
All right. Dope.
yeah, we're
dope.
yeah.
So you working? You outside?
Yeah, we out here. We getting things done and looking for more. Because again, if you need help or you want some advice, I mean, I'm not good on advice, but I'll help any way, possible way that I can. So
How can people
hit me
reach
up.
you?
I'm on IG at MS Amanda Rosario. I'm also on Twitter, but I'm really not on Twitter. But I am on Twitter. If you get what I'm saying, like I got a handle there. It's at Amanda Rosario, but I don't really check that sucker. So if you really need to contact me, it's best to do IG. Or you can go to my website at amandarosarioglass.com. That'll also lead you to amandarosario.com. Either one, it gets to the same place. Mwah.
Thank you for
Thank
gracing
you.
my set. I
honey.
appreciate it so much. You dropped some gems, and we'll have you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got to talk about this book, and we got
And
to
gotta
talk
talk
about
about the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, and the movies too when they come
Yeah,
out.
definitely.
Oh, and
Oh,
Love
shout
too.
out to Lim Collins. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you.
Shout
And
out.
Smoot Films. Yeah.
I appreciate it, girl.
Thank you. Love you.
So, thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Filmmakers Lab. We are on Wednesdays on YouTube, only on Ebon Vision, content created for and by kings and queens. That's a wrap.